Hi guys, German Prepper here. In this video I have for you an outrageous staged interview, which we can take as a policy statement from the German Federal Minister of Food and Agriculture, Cem Özdemir, regarding the consumption of meat. If there was any remaining uncertainty on worldwide government plans to curtail our consumption rights, this puts the record straight. Listen carefully guys, I'm going to extract the key parts from a very long statement. You're going to need to react after hearing all this. Here we go. Everyone has to make up their own mind about what they eat. I have no rules to make. However, as Minister of Food, I would advise adapting meat consumption to planetary boundaries and for the sake of your own health. We should eat less meat overall and make sure that it comes from animals that are kept in a species-appropriate manner. This makes a good contribution in several respects. It is healthier, it is good for the climate, and helps the global food situation, because areas are freed up that we previously needed for the cultivation of animal feed. Right guys, so did you catch that? The government politician is giving us advice to eat less meat and for there to be less livestock. However, in his own words, he has no rules to make. Quite an incredible statement from a government minister who literally makes rules or laws for a living. Continuing, the minister then casually comments regarding eating less meat to cut greenhouse emissions. Yes, and that's already happening. We're still a long way from what health experts recommend, but the trend is right. As far as animal husbandry is concerned, reforms are urgently needed. The farmers also say so, and there is a non-partisan consensus. The current animal husbandry system relies primarily on as much cheaply produced meat as possible. In the end, everyone actually loses. Farmers, animals, the climate, and the environment. So it's about turning animal husbandry upside down. This means that we are finally adapting the stables to the animals and not the other way around, as has been the case up to now. It's about keeping fewer animals better. In this way, the farmers make a contribution to more animal welfare, especially to climate and environmental protection. And that has to be honoured. Guys, did you love the way he states everyone actually loses? Farmers, animals, the climate and the environment, but missed out the consumer in that list. The reason is the minister wants your meat to be in short supply and therefore prohibitively expensive so you can no longer consume it. Wow, let's carry on. It's important to me that good meat will continue to come from Germany in the future and that farmers will finally get good money for it. We have two levers. We're introducing mandatory animal husbandry labelling so that consumers can see at the counter, on the refrigerated shelf or in the restaurant how the pig was kept. And secondly, we have to convert the stables so that the animals are kept better and more species appropriately. That inevitably means more space. So no new rules or laws guys, except there will be new rules and laws. They're bringing in more food labelling, they're going to force farmers to end intensive animal farming. Now I support animal welfare, think free-range meat is ideal, but that won't feed the masses. And in this time of food insecurity, this seems an insane move. Carrying on. Consumers can then actively do something for more animal welfare by choosing meat from good husbandry systems. We shouldn't think people are stupid. All surveys confirm that they want better animal husbandry, and if the state vouches for the number plate, then people can decide with a clear conscience and for just a few cents more that the animal had space and fresh air. Guys, he talks of a few cents more. The truth is that right now free range and even just high welfare labelled meat is in excess of double the price of what's become the norm of industrially farmed meat. Most people cannot afford to pay double the price for meat without quite likely having to halve their consumption. This, of course, is what most governments now seem to be promoting. Back to the minister. Fewer animals in the barn. That's good for the animals, for the environment and the climate. But of course it also costs more money. Many livestock farmers in particular are up to their necks in water. They cannot bear it alone. That is why the conversation of the barn and also the running costs require the support of society, which also benefits from it. In the beginning, the companies will not be able to generate the additional costs on the market. It will take a while for consumer behaviour to change. But every euro is money well invested when you consider the immense benefits for the environment, climate and animal welfare. And we also give the farmers a reliable perspective. That's it guys, I've heard enough from the minister. He acknowledges farms are failing and his reforms will drive up costs for farmers and consumers, and yet tells us society must support it. Insane government policy in a time of food crisis laid bare. Now forget gas prices. This makes me really want a democratic change of government. A question for you all now to end. Do you plan to cut back your meat consumption, or has the German minister just encouraged you to support the farmers and eat more? As always, looking forward to reading your answers. Keep prepping, guys. Cheers for now.